So you guys kind of take that idea of, well, not a picture's worth 1,000 words, but judging a book by its cover, you take that title, you can judge that by 1,000 words and create your own story just from the title itself.
Right.
Yeah, we also were very fortunate to work with a guy named Joe Carr, who did all the artwork for the album, and he did a great job with it. I mean, it's really kind of works as a concept. It also helps with the picture. It helps with the story aspect of it. There's a booklet inside the CD which has, an image for every one of the tracks on the CD, and we're very, very proud of the way everything turned out with it, and it's really nice.
When I saw it for the first time, I was just like, "This is this ours? This is awesome!" Like, it was amazing. Like, it was definitely like we got those first copies. Like,
Yeah.
we were all just like, "Whoa, check it out!" Like, it was so exciting because it was like we're a real band. You know what I mean? It was amazing.
It was
We're
something we would
legit.
actually buy if we hadn't produced it ourselves.
And we actually did buy it.
And it's funny,
Long
the
story.
other day I brought him over a copy of the CD for the first time, and he got a huge smile on his face, and that was the first time during the whole process he had a smile on his face, because I went back to him 3 or 4 times with some revisions, and he was just like, oh. Like every artist, it's like, I want it this way, but like he worked with us hand in hand to make it something that we were all proud of, so we couldn't be happier.
Amazing. Now, the album is releasing on your label, Grape Juice Records. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us about Grape Juice Records? I mean, I know it's a small indie label. What have they been doing for you guys as far as support and everything like that? Like, what can you tell us about the record label and the producers?
All right.
Scratch your head on that.
That's a really good question.
Good question.
Well, it starts out.
I don't know.
We ask ourselves this question
stop.
often.
We're
Very often.
They put their logo on our record.
They did do that.
That's always good. That's always good.
No, they give them a hard time.
We're friends with them, so we can.
We're one big running inside joke, and that needs a lot of editing, so you probably can cut some.
So, but no. Basically, Grape Juice is a couple friends of ours out of Chicago that have had a label now for, I guess, 5 years, and they've been putting out a lot of Midwest acts that range in some folksy rock to hip hop to us, and one of them happens to work for a company that works for the Duff's Television production company. And so that's how we kind of all met. And Nick Rush, one of the guys who runs it, came out and saw us play one time and never really talked about his label at all. And then just, I guess he liked what he saw, and then we were all friends, and basically everybody that's on his label is friends. So they asked us to join. And this was back in May of 2009, give or take. And then we went to start the recording process, and Charm City Cakes received an email from this company called ADA. Basically, it wasn't from the company; it was the guy who runs it. And we kind of put those two together, and we just kind of put the recording together over 6 months, and it comes out tomorrow. It's like a long journey to an end.
Yeah, we got a break. The guy that runs ADA, he said he'll look at our band for distribution.
Yeah.
And distribution is a really big thing when you're in a band. Like, getting signed to a label, that's good and all. But when you get distribution, then you get on iTunes and you get on Amazon, you get all this big. That's really what you want. And so the guy who runs ADA was like, "Hey, if you teach my daughters how to decorate cakes, I'll look at your band." And I was like, "Okay, sure." So they came over and we hung out, we made cakes, and voila.
Pretty good trade-off.
We're on iTunes.
Yeah, he actually came. He came, checked us out in the studio too. It was very cool.
Now, the producers, who was the producer and the recording engineer? Did you guys really do a lot of this on your own? Would you say this is a homegrown album where you guys pretty much did a lot of the work yourselves?
I'd say all up to this point we've done all the work ourselves.
Well, the producer of the
Except for,
album.
the
Well,
record,
I mean,
yeah.
once you get into the recording process, and we worked with Jay Robbins, who was in a band called Jawbox back in the 90s. I don't know if anybody's familiar with them. He's also done albums for Clutch, Rise Against, Promise Ring, The Life and Times, a bunch of really good bands.
D-Plan, yeah.
Yes, just
Rise Against is definitely pretty cool. They've actually been on the show before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we did a small remote from them out in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
And
Jay's amazing. He was a great producer, and the thing is, with our sound, it's very, very difficult to actually capture well on CD. We have thousands of live recordings of ourselves, and it's so hard to really get the sort of live experience. We're definitely a band that you need to see because it's just an experience. And somebody like Jay, who really just he's gigged so much, he's seen so many bands, he really understands the medium so well that he was able to grab sort of the essence of who we are and actually put it on a CD, which is so difficult.
And
so
he was
props
just
to him. I mean,
he was so easy to work with, and just
And the
again,
fact that he drops everything to tape, it's not, so it doesn't stay in the digital realm. It adds that.
Carries it over to analog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gives it that little bit of a.
And I think that really helps capture the live experience as well and the sound that you get.
It's amazing.
we're also gonna be dropping a double LP coming up, so it'll be on vinyl too.
Really?
Yeah, we don't know when that's coming out, but
It's coming.
It's coming.
Well, we're hearing it here first.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. You heard it here first on Breaking the Mold. We're going to take a small commercial break, and we'll be right back with the band So I Had To. Don't touch that dial. You're watching Breaking the Mold on TVM.